Are you feeling hopeless? You're not alone. Today I'm going to share with you 5 really powerful ways to help you to regain your hope. Hey, do events in this world bring you down, leave you hopeless, feeling lost, feeling afraid? Well, I want to help you today, and I want to help you to really regain your hope. That's what we're going to do on this video today. So welcome to my channel. My name is Max Ryan. I am a spiritual teacher. I'm a law of attraction specialist. I'm also an intuitive. And what we do here is to help you to attract positive results in your life. And the way that we do that is through true spiritual principle, also intuitive work, and also very practical ways of dealing with your mind, which is what we're going to do today. So you're in the right place if you're looking for some hope. Let's get started. You know, life has this way of bringing us situations or experiences, either personally or globally or communally, that test how much hope you have. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it tests how much hope we have for everything working out. It tests how much hope we have that things will end up healing themselves or getting on the right track. Do you know what I'm saying? So these could be things like shootings, or they could be things like, you know, people in your family dying. These could be things like your business not working out. They could be things like the climate change. They could be things, I could list a million things that would make you lose your hope and your faith in humanity and in the world. So what I want to share with you today is something that, all of the things that I want to share with you today are things that are preemptive. They're preemptive. Because, you know, I worked as a teacher for a very long time, worked with young people all over New York City. And one of our theories in the place that I worked at was that we've got to get the students before they get to, and pardon the pun, or this sounds bad in this moment, but before you reach for the gun, because by the time you reach for the gun, it's all too late, if you understand. So we're going to talk about preventative measures, let me say that 10 times, measures before you get to your hopelessness. So you only have the option of this or that, or black or white. Does that make sense? Right? So everything that we're going to talk about today are really preventative things, so you can maintain your hope, and you can maintain your trust, and you can maintain having faith in yourself, in the world, and your fellow man. Right? Okay. So let's go. Number one is you have to make a decision, and not just any decision. And this decision is something that is so deep within you that you have to commit to it. And here's the decision. You have to make the decision that nothing has any power over your connection with love, with God. Now hear me very well. It's not that horrible things don't happen. It's not that you don't lose your job, or your husband leaves you, or you get a diagnosis of some kind of illness. It's not that that does not happen. But if you make the decision at the deepest level by doing the work and making this decision that nothing can ever affect your connection with love, divine, grace, God, because that is your source. And if you make the decision that that's the truth, then anything that comes up that might start to trigger your hopelessness, your fear, your insanity, your overwhelm, your sadness, your guilt, it won't have a control on you. So this is one of the most important things. And you know, I work with the Course in Miracles, and the Course in Miracles would say there is no order of difficulty in miracles. And it also says that your power of choice is your greatest power beyond the insanity of this world or the insanity of your mind. So number one is make a decision that nothing can ever interfere with your connection with God, grace, love. Okay? Great. So that is number one. Okay, let's move on to number two. Number two is directly from A Course in Miracles. And number two is something that you need to start to incorporate into how you think and what you do and everything in your life. And here it is. You have to start to know and get that everything in your life, on the macro scale and on the micro scale, everything is love or a call for love. So it is a manifestation of flow and peace and joy and God and grace, or it is a manifestation of a call for that flow, for that grace, for that love, right? So anything that we see in our lives that seems to be negative or challenging or hopeless, it is always a call for love. Now, just knowing this is one thing. Everything is love or call for love. Great. But here's where the work comes in. Will you answer the call? And you might answer a call for love with more fear. You might answer a call for love with more separation. You might answer a call for love with more guilt or anger or frustration. But you could also answer the call for love, with giving, with open-heartedness, with compassion. So that's your choice. Listen, I believe very strongly that we have two choices in our lives, always. You have a choice to stay separate, or you have a choice to unite. Unite with your brothers and sisters, unite with yourself, unite with love, unite with God, right? Good. So number two is to realize and really apply that everything in your life that you see and you experience is either love or a call for love, right? Number three in one of your 5 secrets to regaining your hope is to mind your vibration. Mind your vibration. You might ask, what the hell is he talking about? Minding your vibration is one of the mainstays of really attracting incredible things into your life. It truly is. Your vibrations are your feelings, your vibrations are your emotions. So you need to mind your feelings, mind your emotions. This is something you'll hear me say on this channel over and over and over and over and over again, is that we have to, remember, everything we're talking about today is preemptive. So you've got to be really aware about where you are before a tragedy hits, before something really bad happens, right? So what you want to do is you want to mind your vibration by being super aware about what you're bringing into your consciousness, right? This is where most people say, oh, I'm not going to watch the news anymore. Which is fine. I have no problem with that, because a lot of times the news brings you lots of negative energy. It makes you really down. It makes you feel like crap and all that stuff, of course. But I also think that really if you want to go to next level real spiritual awakening, optimally you'll be able to watch the news and it won't affect your vibration. But that might not be where you're at yet, and that's okay. So minding your vibration means make sure you're not over-consuming negative things, negative people, negative experiences, negative self-talk, right? So you have to mind your vibration going, wait, how do I feel right now? What am I doing? What am I listening to? What's getting into my conscious and my subconscious? Because that's what's creating everything in your life. So that when things happen, shit happens, when chaos happens in the world and happens in your life, then you're much better prepared because you're not already freaked out, right? So mind your vibration. Be really careful what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're talking about, who you're hanging out with, right? So number 3 is mind your vibration. All right, number four. This is really important, and it's very connected to number 3, mind your vibration. And this is super practical. I've worked with hundreds of people, and I see it in myself all the time. Is that number 4 is start to curb your social media. The truth is, social media is getting into the cells of your unconsciousness and your consciousness, and it's starting to make you hopeless. It's starting to make you not believe, not trust. Social media is a great tool. We're using it right now. But listen, the deal is that most people are not conscious in how they use social media. So I'm going to give you a challenge today. Over the next week, start to curb your social media down and make it only an hour a day on your social media. Do you think you can do that? I want to see your comments below. That's your challenge for this week. But the social media unconsciously is bringing you to a state of hopelessness. Because let's face it, in general, the news is the bad news, which relates really to number 3, sorry. And we have to be aware of that. So, and also, not all, but a lot of social media is now based on division and separation. So can you pull away from that separation? Can you pull away from that a little bit so that you feel a little more grounded, a little more connected, and a little more hopeful? Get it? All right. So number 4 is to really curb or cut down your social media. Do number 5. Okay. Number 5 in the secrets to helping you to regain your hope in your world, in your life, in yourself, in humanity, is a really practical one too. Number 5 is be a good Samaritan. Be a good Samaritan. One of the main reasons that people lose hope or become hopeless is that they feel disconnected from their brothers and sisters walking around the world. They feel disconnected. And that might be you right now, I'm not sure. And all of these things are scaffolding, right? So it could be you're disconnected because you're on social media so much that you're not really connecting with a real person. I want you to start to be a good Samaritan in your life. Meaning, and this comes back to love or a call for love, if you feel, if you see, if you sense somebody needs your help, don't ignore it. Buy the sandwich for the guy that needs it in front of the store, right? Do something for one of your relatives that you know needs help, but you haven't stepped out of your busy schedule because it's just too much. No, you're gonna stop doing that. You're gonna go be a good Samaritan for your cousin, for your sister, for the guy on the street, for yourself. But we're not gonna talk about yourself right now. We're gonna talk about you reaching out to others and really helping others. Because here's the deal. Hopelessness comes from separation. Hopelessness comes from a sense of isolation and separation. So remember, all of these things today are all based on this whole idea that preemptively you're not going to be at the effect of all the insanity of the world, because you've been doing all the things you can do and taking action in your life to make sure that hope stays alive. And hope springs eternal, as they say, right? Good. So be a good Samaritan. Listen carefully. Watch the world carefully, because the world is always going to give you ideas about how you can reach out, how you can, reach your hand to help somebody else up. That's really important. If you need help, go help somebody else. And especially in the context of today, if someone's hopeless, go give them hope. And then you will feel better. Because to give is to receive. One of the greatest and most profound spiritual lessons you can ever get is that to give is to receive. All right. So number 5 is be a good Samaritan. All right. Okay. That is the 5 secrets to help you to regain your hope. I hope that you start to implement these. And I'm gonna give you a challenge. I already gave you a challenge earlier, but I'm gonna give you a challenge. And here's your challenge. Your challenge is to start to implement those 5 things today. And I want you to write down in the comments below what your experience is. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not always easy. But start to write down below, and I will be there. I will comment back about the challenges of any of the 5, because all of them have challenges, but all of them are actually quite easy once you make this a way of life. All right? And please, if you need anything at all, if you would like to talk to me, want to work with me, go to attractpositiveresults.com. You'll find out more about what I do and how I work. And also, if you would like 5 free Law of Attraction Raise Your Vibe videos, go to attractpositiveresults.com. The link is below. Sign up for those. And yeah, that's it. All right, friend. I will talk to you really soon. And remember, today could be the best day of your life. That is the truth. I'll see you soon. Bye.